Welcome everyone, how's it going, friends and soon to be friends? I am so glad you stopped by. Today is going to be a special kind of reading because we are already heading into 2020, if you can believe it. So I thought it'd be neat to do a pick a card reading, and today's topic is all about what 2020 will bring in the beginning of the year. So how's your 2020 going to start? What is the beginning of the year going to look like for you? So here are your three piles. Take a few deep breaths. Start to think about or ask that question. What kind of energy will be surrounding me in the beginning of 2020? What will it bring? How will it begin? How will it start? So take your deep breaths. Pick your pile. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and check the timestamps below. Pause the video if you have to, and don't forget to subscribe on your way there. I would absolutely love it. It would mean so much to me. Thumbs up to that. Yay! And I will see you at your pile. How's it going, pile number 1? Hello! So let us check out your cards for today. We've got a few tarot, a few oracle. So what is 2020 going to begin with, or how I should say, is 2020 going to begin with you? So we have the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, we have the Hermit, we have the King of Swords, powerful energy right there. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so your tarot, let us take a look. Let us see what's happening. Okay, so for 2020, we have the Hermit card, which is a major arcana card. So right away, this jumps out at me as the beginning of next year is going to be a time for you to settle down, settle inwards, and start to, you know, sort of take some time for yourself, okay? There's going to be a lot of busyness going on at the end of the year, obviously with the holidays. Maybe there's a lot of emotional energy sort of surrounding the holidays, of course, and you know, you are spent. It is time to take a little bit of a break. So focusing on yourself for the beginning of 2020. With this 10 of Wands here, something is weighing on you right now that could probably be carrying you into the beginning of the year. It looks like you are going to carry some baggage over to the next year from this year. And the 8 of Cups is telling you to let that go and, you know, separate yourself from it emotionally and walk away so that you're not carrying this heavy load through the beginning of 2020 and starting your year off already with this, you know, burden and baggage. If you are working on something, or maybe you're hoping something is going to come in the mail, or you need some sort of financial assistance, this is telling you to be patient and hang in there. Everything is going to work out. Also, if you are waiting for something in general to happen, if you feel like something that you've been working on, perhaps part of the burden is this: you've been working on something and it requires patience, it requires time in order for you to harvest what you've been working on. Actually, going back to the 7 of Pentacles, I'm also seeing something is like you're waiting for something to happen, or maybe there's someone in your life, or perhaps even you, pregnant, or there's a party being planned. Some event is happening that requires patience, and everyone is just sort of hanging around and waiting for this to happen. The King of Swords is telling you to separate yourself emotionally from a situation and get out of your own head and start thinking logically about whatever it is that might be burdening you or weighing you down, and separating yourself emotionally. So here's the 8 of Cups again, separating yourself emotionally from the situation and taking on that King of Swords vibe to think clearly, think logically, analytically, sifting out through the noise, sifting out through the dust, and finding out what it is that you need to prioritize in order to bring yourself back to home. And when I say home, I mean your internal home, bringing yourself back to you, okay? With the Eight of Cups as well, we're talking about, you know, feeling comfort in the situation that you're currently in right now, feeling like, you know, everything seems to be going the way that it should be going, at least appearance-wise, but perhaps it's time for you to figure out and pick and choose what it is you want to bring with you into 2020 and what it is you need to leave behind, okay? So taking time for yourself, taking time considering, you know, maybe even taking a little bit of a journey or a little bit of a self-retreat, treating yourself to a spa day. This could also be a card of feeling lonely or excluded in 2020. But I'm feeling like more this is a situation of finding time for yourself, because you've been working quite hard the last few months, and 2020 is a chance for you to restart and reset. With this King of Swords, I just was feeling this. Is there someone in your life, maybe is someone that is separated from you emotionally? So maybe a boss figure, for example, or someone that is, you know, very blunt with their words and can give you straight up advice about how to deal with something. Is there anyone in your life that right now that you can turn to? Someone in your life is going to come into your life in 2020 that is going to be very much, you know, straightforward and blunt and sort of cuts through the bullshit idea. If you're starting a new job, this could be just indicating a new boss. If you are an entrepreneur, this could also be indicating someone that you might be working with that is very straightforward and blunt and knows what they want and is going to guide you with that as well. All right, so now let us go into your oracle cards. We have Uranus. We have Uranus in Sagittarius in the 4th house. Okay, so right here we have a different way of looking at support. So your support system in your life right now, is it time that you ask for some help? Perhaps you are going to experience an unexpected change resulting in a family type situation. So like I spoke about, you know, waiting for, maybe there's a new birth coming, or something in your family is going to change, that you're waiting to happen. There's also, this could also be maybe you're a Sagittarius, maybe you are of the Sagittarius sign, so this is confirming that. So then we also have the 4th house, which talks about family, security, everyone in your close-knit circle. So again, maybe talking about finding a little bit of time to yourself, but keeping those family connections close so that if you need to find support for whatever it is in the new year, you are going to have that support group around you, especially if there's an unexpected change coming that you're not sure of, something that's not planned that's going to spring up on you. It's probably a good idea to have that family, that close-knit circle around you, or maybe that King of Swords energy, maybe that King of Swords guy coming around and giving you advice on how to handle the unexpected change or the situation. Then we have, here we go, change. So something is definitely going to shift and change for you in 2020. There is going to be a new venture, a new voyage, a new trip even. I'm feeling just this whole like hot air balloon vibes. Something is going to change for you in 2020 that may be unexpected, or at least the outcome might be unexpected. Maybe this change is something that you're waiting for and it's been a long time coming, but it's starting to feel like it's never going to happen, and you're starting to feel like, well, this is more of a burden than I need to carry, and you know, maybe I should walk away from this. But something is definitely going to change for you in the beginning of 2020, probably within the first 3 months, I would say. That's sort of what I'm hearing here. We also have stand still. So this is very much kind of the Seven of Pentacles energy, but also the Hermit. So again, taking time, right, to assess and evaluate the situation, evaluate your emotional state as well, and being okay with stillness, being okay with things not happening as quickly as you might want them to, because when it does happen, it's going to happen quickly, okay? It's going to come through to you, and you are going to almost feel like even though you've been prepared for it, you're not prepared for it to actually happen, if that makes sense. And then we have voyage. Okay, so perhaps a trip is going to happen. Now this could be actually a physical trip, or a trip inward, a journey inward, finding a new sense of self in 2020, and you know, sort of exploring that voyage, exploring that journey. I love that it has the mother and the little baby whale here too, because again, we talked about, you know, maybe there's a birth happening, it's somewhere. And this could also be not even just a physical birth of a baby, but a new birth, a new you, a new change, a new you. So working on you in 2020, having this moment of self-awareness start to come through even more so in 2020. So this is great energy here, guys, group number one. You know, remembering to have the patience, and remembering to, you know, stay with the close-knit ties that you have already, and keeping those people that are close to you, and maybe sifting through the ones that aren't filling your cup emotionally. Then we have a leg up. So again, we have the mother polar bear and the baby. So new opportunities, even new life. So feeling like maybe you have a brand new life, feeling like some things are going to change for you, that it's going to make you feel like a brand new person. Maybe you're going to start feeling like you need to step into a more responsible role. So maybe a mother type or father type of figure, being more responsible. Maybe you want to be ahead of the game this time. Maybe 2020 you were a little lax with yourself, and you were, you know, maybe starting to give up. 2020 is going to bring you that change that you need to give you that leg up to go forward. Okay, beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we have exchange gifts. So exchange gifts is all about reaping what we sow. And the universe is going to exchange gifts with you based on that hard work that you've been putting in, that burden that you've been carrying. Exchanging gifts is also a reminder for us to be open to receive the gifts that are being given to us, to be open to love, to be open to prosperity and abundance. If you are in a relationship and you are experiencing maybe a standstill somewhere, this is, you know, reminding you to maybe change your perspective a little bit in the new year, and offer yourself openly to whoever it is that you are involved with, in order for you to be able to receive as well. So you're offering yourself openly in order to receive the gifts that they want to give to you so badly. So, you know, tapping into that energy, tapping into that vibe. You know, also remembering that be careful what you wish for. Okay, so exchanging gifts with the universe is going to be promising for you next year, but in a positive way and a negative way, depending on how you're vibrating, how you're asking your questions. And then we have the crystal angel of Peridot, and Peridot is life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying and knowing the lesson and blessing they contain. So again, remembering to be careful what you wish for, be careful what you're asking for, even though you might feel like things are, you know, progressing a little bit slowly, especially if you are in a relationship, or you are looking for a relationship, or you're looking for that right job. If things are starting to if things aren't progressing as quickly as you'd like them to, just remember that there's a reason for it, okay? There's a reason why things are happening the way they're happening, but remember that they are happening exactly for the right reasons, okay? So, and maybe you're not quite ready for the change yet, but when it happens, it's going to happen, okay? This Uranus energy or Uranus energy is going to bring that change. It's going to, you know, give you also remind you a different way of looking at things, okay? So let's get a few additional messages for you guys with our fairy deck. This is such a cute little deck. It's pretty straightforward and I just love it. So what additional messages do we want to offer for you, group number 1? What can we expect for the beginning of 2020? All right, so we have let go. Absolutely. So let go of the need to control everything in your life, to control the outcomes, okay? It says here, as you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And this is absolutely true. The more we let go of the wheel of life, the more it actually leads us down the right path, okay? So where we're always trying to force it in one direction, we're not allowing things to unfold the way they should naturally. So resistance starts to come into play, and when resistance exists in your life, then upset starts to manifest. Sadness, depression, feelings of lack and emptiness, of being unfulfilled. So watching out for that. Patience is definitely, again, with this 7 of Pentacles energy and even the Hermit energy. 2020 is going to require some patience. Even if there is that unexpected change that comes through, patience in dealing with it, okay? What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unforeseen factors that need to occur first. So there you go, guys. That can't be more clear. And then we have get some exercise. Yes, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. So I find this kind of funny that this card came out because, you know, new year, new you type of thing. Everybody always joins the gym in 2020. So maybe this might be part of your goals. Hashtag gym, hashtag fit, hashtag goals. This is also telling us to not only get some exercise physically, but, you know, when we are in good health, then our mind follows suit, and vice versa. When our mind is not in good health, then our body starts to deteriorate as well. So there is definitely a harmony between the two. So remembering to take care of yourself in all ways, in all shapes. All right, so beautiful energy here, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Happy 2020. I know it might seem early, but hey, it's always good to be prepared. Feel free to subscribe. I would love for you guys to join, and it would mean so much to me. And yes, come back soon, and I will talk to you in a little while. Bye. Hey, group number 2, how's it going? Hi, thanks for stopping by. Here is your reading for the beginning of 2020. So how is your 2020 going to start? So we have a few tarot cards. As always, we will start with those. So we have, we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. The 10 of Cups. Ooh. We have the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Cups. And we have the 5 of Wands. Wow, you guys. Okay, there's a mixed bag in here for sure. Okay, so for some of you, 2020 is going to be a little bit of a rough start. Okay, just being honest here. The 5 of Pentacles talks about loss, material loss, financial loss. And you know what? This could just be because of the whole, it's Christmas, you know, feeling pressured to buy all the gifts and buy everything that everybody wants, or just, you know, having that feeling of, you know, stretching yourself thin financially wise just to make it a Christmas to remember, if that makes sense. But remembering that Christmas is obviously, you know, it's the whole idea of Christmas and family and togetherness and all that stuff. It's not about the presents, we all know that. But if you are feeling like maybe this year is going to be stretching you a little bit thin, it's going to carry over into 2020 and you're going to have those bills left over. This is also talking about, again, just loss in general. So feeling like you're not progressing very far ahead, and that, you know, you're going to carry that energy with you in the beginning of 2020, but there is hope. The 10 of Cups is all about contentment and feeling fulfilled. So even though right from the get-go, I would say, because this was one of the very first cards that was pulled out, this is going to be, you know, the very beginning, the very, very start of 2020. And like I said, this could just be carryover of, you know, 2019 financial burdens and stresses. But with this 10 of Cups, it is reminding you that you are full of abundance all around you, okay? So maybe not focusing on what you are lacking, as opposed to changing your shift and your focus on what is already abundant and existing in your life. So this could be a lesson for you in 2020 to change that perspective of how your life is resonating right now. There is going to be a lot of shifting and shaking and disruptive energy, and I don't mean that in a scary sense. I mean in a good way, okay? So 5 of Wands is arguments, is changes, is not getting along, okay? And when we couple that with the Knight of Swords, I'm sort of getting the vibe that, you know, be careful what you say and be careful the confrontations that you get into. Watch what you're speaking, okay? Maybe, you know, think with your heart before your brain. So the Knight of Swords, he's very charging forward, but he's also he's like a truth seeker, and he is all about, you know, getting to the bottom of it. But sometimes it could be very abrasive and abrupt and misunderstood, causing some arguments and some detachments even, okay? So maybe that's where this is also coming in as well. So just being mindful of how you step into 2020 with your interactions with others, and also how you speak to yourself, because the Queen of Cups is reminding you to practice acts of self-love and emotional fulfillment. But also the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. So if there is, you know, a situation where you're feeling like it's just not working out for you, then it's time to trust your gut and move forward. The Queen of Cups is also very nurturing and very much about tapping into, like I said, her intuition. So 2020 for you is going to be about learning about how to do that, learning about how to expand a little bit more on the knowledge of what it means to listen to your intuition. So perhaps this is something to consider with this Queen of Cups energy. Maybe looking to someone for advice as well, who is that you find intuitive or seems to sort of have that emotional togetherness, that you can maybe ask for a little bit of advice. I always feel like these court cards are a good representation of, you know, reminding us that there's people in our life that are always there to help. So this is sort of how I get that vibe. But the Queen of Cups, yes, she is very loving, very nurturing. Can you think of somebody who is like that can offer you some advice when it comes to situations like the 5 of Wands that might be a little bit more uncomfortable for you to deal with? Maybe you know, again, just maybe it's time for you to speak your mind. Maybe it's time for you to just cut through it and move forward and, you know, look past you know, what it is that you need to do to please everybody, okay? And if you are stretching yourself thin just to please everybody, just to make everybody feel happy around you, are you taking the time to feel good about yourself, okay? Then we have the Chariot card, which is a major arcana card, and the Chariot card can mean a few different things. Start choosing the life that you want. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid to make those things happen so that you can feel emotionally fulfilled, okay? Again, emotionally fulfilled. We've got a lot of Cups energy here, so that makes me feel like 2020 is going to be about, you know, emotional fulfillment and going after what it is that you want to go after and making the right choices in order to do that. It can also mean overcoming obstacles. So the Chariot's very bumpy ride, so overcoming those obstacles that you might be facing in the beginning of 2020. But you know, you will persevere for sure, especially with this Knight of Swords energy. You know, he's very energetic and very motivated to, like I said, to sort of charge forward. He's very active. So in the tarot card, the Knight of Swords is, you know, he's the most active of the bunch. He doesn't let emotions get in the way of making decisions. If this is what he wants, this is what he goes for, end of story. So being mindful of that. If you are in a relationship, you know, things might start being a little bit bumpy and in there. There's going to be, you know, that energy of, you know, maybe not getting along right away. You know, there might even be a time to disconnect from a relationship, and you might be going through that loss. But just like I said, it's all for a greater purpose, okay? So the Ten of Cups energy is really sort of resonating here because it is truly a reminder that, you know, things are always in abundance. The universe only knows abundance, so we just need to tap into that. Also with this Five of Wands energy, I'm feeling like it's time to detox and clear, to, you know, get rid of those toxic energies or those toxic people around you that keep maybe dragging you down a little bit. You know, who's sort of trying to steal the spotlight all for you, who is snuffing your fire, who's snuffing your flame. You know, time to get rid of those toxic energies when we go into 2020. Let's look at your oracle cards. So we have the South Node, okay, and we have in Libra. So the South Node in Libra in the 3rd house. So with this South Node card, this is really giving me the vibes of something isn't sitting right, okay? Something's not going to sit right in 2020, and you really need to make the choice to start clearing out, okay? Clearing out, cleaning things up, getting rid of the negativity in your life, because if you don't, if you are still stuck in that, you know, maybe you're afraid of confrontation, which is totally understandable, but, you know, careful what you wish for, because you are going to carry this negativity into 2020. Oh, okay, so hello, we need to just drop it and we need to go and move forward. Libra is all about balance, finding balance, you know, making the choices, actually, I should say, making the choices, just like the Chariot. Hello, Libra energies everywhere. So we are talking about finding the balance in a situation, okay? What is balanced for you? So there might be anxiety about certain decisions, and you need to think about the short-term and long-term goals in the situation. With this 3rd house, it talks about, you know, making the connections with people, but the right connections, and not doing things because perhaps, you know, it's a little bit easier to deal with making other people happy than yourself. Maybe there's a Libra in your life that is going to cause you some upset or shake things up for you. Okay, so let's look at the rest. So we have pleasure. Okay, so this is a great card because just like the Ten of Cups, you know, enjoying the pleasures, enjoying the things in your life that bring you happiness and joy, okay? So, you know, getting out there and looking at the world with new eyes, okay? So changing your your vibe from this negative South Node vibe, from this Five of Wands energy, and getting back out there and finding the pleasure. If you are in a job or in a relationship that is draining you, then you need, again, going back to that Chariot, if it's causing a bumpy road in your life, make the choice and clear it up, clean it up, okay? Then we have flow. Yes, going with the flow. When you stop resisting, when you stop trying to make other people feel better instead of yourselves, then your life is going to flow a lot more easier for you than it will right now. Purification, again, we talked about clearing out and detoxifying, and that could even be detoxifying starting with your body, letting go of any addictions or any preconceived notions mentally or physically about yourself that you need to get rid of and cut. And freedom, going with that flow card, freedom, flow. You will be free of whatever it is once you decide to make those decisions to clear up. It's time. 2020 is going to be all about clearing up. I'm really getting this sort of feeling of getting rid of those toxic energies in 2020 and trusting your intuition. All right, so it's like, bye, like, girl, bye, it's time to leave. Oh my God, stop. Do you see what that says? It's not going to focus. I mean, what? Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that card right there because it's pretty self-explanatory. And we have co-create. Just one more time with this card. Clean it up. Okay, just gonna leave that right there. Clean up your mess that is around you, okay? The mess that maybe you've made as well, and the mess of things that are happening around you that you are not feeling, okay? I know it's hard to get rid of, certain people in your life that you've been clinging onto for so long, or maybe they're clinging onto you, but it's time to cut through the shit, okay? Cut through it. Co-create, maybe finding a collaboration, finding somebody that you can partner up with, or maybe finding a partner. This could also be someone coming into your life that will help you create that flow and that freedom in your life, that will look out for you as opposed to you always looking out for them, okay? And then we have appetite, which is progress, not perfection. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Yes. Instead, focus on how far you've come and all that you've learned. So remembering again to do things that make you feel good in order for you to be more of service to those around you, okay? Let's do a few more clarifier cards here, and then we will be on our way. What will the beginning of 2020 bring for group number 2? Can we get a few additional messages here? So we have dietary change. So, coming into that purification, that detoxing, improve your diet and your life will also improve. So straight up, eat better. 2020, start focusing on what you're intaking into your body, how the food that you're ingesting, what kind of sort of vibration is it bringing into your cells, okay? And we'll do a couple more. Vegetarian. Okay, so we're talking about, again, bringing in those high vibrational foods, maybe doing like a meatless Monday for those of you who are into eating meat. A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, stronger manifestation abilities. So, if we talk about detoxification and clarifying, maybe this is 2020 is going to start with, again, what you ingest, what you intake into your body in order to raise your vibration, in order to give you the strength to, start detoxifying inward and outward in your external environment. And then we have debt paid off. Oh my gosh, guys. So, the beginning of 2020, again, might stretch you thin, but you're going to find the discipline. You're going to find the discipline to pay off that debt. All right, so I love actually this, you know, even though the beginning of the reading was a little bit shaky, but with this 10 of Cups energy and, you know, just especially the Freedom card, the Flow card, the Purification card, it's really going to unwind for you in a positive way. So I'm super excited to see what 2020 brings for you guys, group number 2. Remember to cut through the bull crap and chase after what it is you want for you and you alone. I hope this motivates you. Happy 2020, even though we're not quite there yet. Don't forget to subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hey, group number 3, how's it going? Let us take a look at your reading for what is the beginning of 2020 going to bring. What kind of energy is it going to revolve around? Let us take a look at your tarot cards first. So we have the 6 of Wands, nice. The 2 of Wands, another Wands, okay. The 8 of Swords. The 9 of Wands, are you kidding me? 3 Wands so far. What? The 3 of Wands. Okay, so we've got a lot of wand energy here. So lots of fire, lots of passion, lots of heated emotions, okay? Lots of drive. I'm definitely getting this coming through. 2020, you're going to want to manifest. You're going to want to change things in your life. You are going to have a focus, you're going to have a drive, and you're going to go for it. So let's start off with the 6 of Wands. The beginning of the year is going to feel great. You're going to feel motivated. You're going to feel like you're finally coming into your own skin. You're going to sort of get out there and feel like it's time to, you know, be out there in the world, okay? You are going to maybe get recognized for something that you finally deserve, okay? Having that recognition, having that opportunity to, you know, capitalize on the positive energy that is surrounding you, okay? People are going to notice you in 2020. With the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, you are looking to create something for yourself. You're looking to make something of yourself. You are hoping that the plans that you're going to set in place are finally going to, you know, come into a place where you are going to be recognized for it. You want to be recognized for all of your talents, your skills. You have the passion, you have the drive. 2020 is going to be all about, you know, getting in there, getting your hands dirty, and going after your dreams. So the 2 of Wands could also be an indicator of a trip, a travel, a journey, something exciting in that way. Maybe it doesn't have to be, you know, overseas, but it could be a local trip as well, just taking some time away. But definitely that energy of manifesting, creating, having the world in your hands. But also with the 2 of Wands energy, it is also enforcing us to make a choice. And what are the choices that you need to make? What are the plans you need to do in order to bring you into that feeling of, you know, finally being in that direction of where you want to go? There is a little bit of a, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a disruption in 2020. So, you know, this is all about remembering to not be burdened by your thoughts, okay? So are you feeling trapped in your own mind? Are you engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors, self-sabotaging fears that is restricting you from moving forward into your successes, okay? I did a pick a card reading not too long ago that talked about blockages, and this was a big thing. You know, you're not quite ready, or maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough to go after what it is that you have in your mind. Trust me, you are, because this right here is telling you that if you go with it, if you actually, you know, put the plan in motion, it is going to give you that recognition that you deserve and that you want. Just, it's time to get out of your own head and free yourself from your own bondages. And, you know, you might be feeling a little bit exhausted in sort of towards the later end of 2020. You know, after all of this creating and planning and, you know, going forward and being all gung-ho and fiery, you're gonna come to a point about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months into 2020 where you might start feeling a little bit exhausted, or like you feel like you have to defend what it is that you're doing. Maybe the change in the shift is going to make other people uncomfortable. Maybe it might make you feel uncomfortable thinking about the change, but just remember that, you know, if you feel like you have to defend yourself in any way, shape, or form, that's gonna kind of come with the territory, so be prepared for that. Let's talk about your oracle cards. So we have, we'll go for the first 3. We have Neptune, okay, so in Gemini, and the first house. So the first house is actually centered around you as an individual. So you, yourself, and I, but not me, you. But also with the Gemini, you know, maybe there's a Gemini in your life, maybe you're a Gemini, this could just be indication of that. But Gemini also rules, you know, duality, decisions, and communication. So with this in particular, I'm sort of feeling like, be careful what you are projecting to other people in 2020, and be careful of what is being communicated. Be careful of what you're telling people and how much you're going to divulge about yourself, especially about the things you want to manifest, because it might be better to just keep it to yourself for a little while so that you can try and remain free from any self-sabotaging behavior that would be encouraged by other people's negativity, if that makes sense, okay? So staying away from potential negative feedback in order for you to stay clear-minded and, you know, making the right choices. Then we have Neptune. So Neptune is very dreamy, dreamlike. He's spiritual connection. He is, you know, he's icy, okay? With all of this fire energy, and then to have Neptune show up, there's definitely opposing energies coming through here, which could leave you in a state of confusion or even a dreamlike fantasy world in 2020, the beginning of 2020. You know, you maybe, but this could also be confirmation that, you know, the things that you're thinking about doing, the things that you're feeling like you're going to be gung-ho about, just make sure that they're somewhat realistic and not too dreamy, and that they're not only attainable, but understanding the real reason why it is you want what you want, okay? Maybe also you are dealing with something, or that you're sitting with something like a relationship that you're not happy with, but you're just kind of like fluffing it off and being like, oh, it's fine, you know, everything's fine, oh, you know, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. But, you know, it's, again, not being completely honest with yourself. Neptune also deals with spirituality and connecting with your spirit, so this could be a time to do that, okay? Following that intuition, that gut. And then we have adventures. Awesome. So I love this card because this card could literally mean an adventure, a trip, just like we talked about with the Two of Wands. You know, having, maybe there's a trip planned for the beginning of 2020. It could be unexpected, but, you know, getting out there and starting the adventure of life even. Hello. So we've got Three of Wands and the adventure. So starting that adventure of life, getting out there and like having some fun. Yes, transformation. So definitely a transforming year for you from the beginning. You are going to feeling like you are again coming into your own true skin, coming into yourself, and that transformation will start for you in 2020 as long as you are honest with yourself as to why or what it is you want to be doing, or where you want to be, who you want to be with, what you want to be doing. Then we have illumination. So this card is talking about, even though you can't quite see the end in sight, that there are guides and people and beings around you that are helping you make those decisions to bring you down the right path. So sort of like shining the light on a situation, and maybe this is what you need to do as well. Maybe this is a reminder or a message for you to start shining light on those situations that aren't giving you those warm and fuzzies anymore, and being honest with yourself in order for you to transform and go forward into 2020 with a clear slate, or with a more genuine approach to life, to your relationship, to your situations. Then we have, oh my god, the yang energy. So this is, again, just the fire energy here, guys. This is all about manifesting and creating the life, and tapping into that fiery passion that exists within you to light up that spark, to go forward and chase after it. 2020 is telling you to dive in, okay? Dive in and tap into that. Tap into it. Oh my gosh. And your why. What is your why? What is your reason? Why are you doing what you're doing right now? And is it what you want to be doing right now? What it is you're going to be doing? What is your plan for 2020? Why do you want to do it? What is your desired outcome? What is your reason? What is your purpose? What is it genuine? Okay? Why? And then we have rubellite for our crystal, and that is passion and purpose. Are you kidding me? Passion and purpose. This is the whole reading, is all about your passions for 2020 and chasing after them. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. Yes. So guys, very powerful energy here for your reading. I am loving it. Let's do a couple more clarifying messages. Let's do a couple extra cards here. 2020, group number 3. What is the beginning of the year? What are our additional messages for 2020, group number 3? Group number 3, the beginning of 2020. Well, that one didn't want to go. Perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. Yes, yes it is. So start putting those plans into motion. We have emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. Love it. Love it. Transformation, guys. Manifestation. We have that first house, focusing on you. And then let's pick one more here. I feel like both of these cards win it. So the pregnancy card, yeah. So could be a birth of a child, something, or again, something new that is going to rebirth itself, that transformation, that new you might even be reborn, okay? Or quite literally, maybe you're expecting, or someone you know is going to be having a baby, and it's gonna bring a cause of celebration. Hello, that's so cute. And spring, your desires will fully manifest and begin to bloom in the spring. So start 2020 off right, make the right plans, do what it is you got to do, follow your heart, follow your passion, and things will come through and come around at the springtime. So set it in motion, group number 3, chase after it, find out your reason why, go for it, focus on yourself. Try to stay out of your own head, stay clear-minded and focused, stay positive, and much blessings and love to you. I hope you subscribe. It would make me so happy. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Come back again for more pick-a-cards and awesome videos. I would love to have you part of the community, and have a great one. See ya.